Hello, my friends. When I think of Abraham, it amazes me how God took one man and made a great nation out of him. Now, God promised this in chapter 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, and 22, and that he would multiply his descendants as the stars of the sky, the dust or the sand of the seashore. Now, most of the time when we think of Abraham, we think of the Jewish people, but we forget sometimes that Ishmael was his son too. He was his firstborn son. And God promised in chapter 16, 17, and 21, he promised Abraham and his mother Hagar that he would make a great nation of Ishmael. Well, many believe today that the Arab peoples of the world are descendants from Ishmael. Sarah died at age 127, and Abraham lived 38 years after that. But during that time, he married another woman named Keturah and had 6 sons by Keturah. Well, he sent those sons away from Isaac, who was the promised son, and sent them all away. But think of all the descendants that came from Abraham. Well, let me back up to Isaac. Isaac and Rebekah. When Isaac was age 60, he had twins. Rebekah had twins, Jacob and Esau. And the scripture says the younger would rule over the older, Esau. Now, Jacob was not a great guy. In fact, he was a deceiver. The scripture tells us that he was a cheater. And I mean, his name meant he who cheats. And we see how he deceived his father when he went to get his blessing, and when his father was about to die, and he deceived him. So Jacob was not a great guy. And it just brings out the fact, my friends, that God will choose people that are not perfect. None of us are perfect. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But God sees potential. And if we will just have the desire, you see, Jacob desired the birthright. Esau despised it. But Jacob desired the blessings. And we need to desire the blessings of God. Desire to follow God like Abraham. And my friends, it doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter how many people you've cheated, how many lies you've told, or what you've done in your past. If you will choose to desire to follow God, he will purge you and make something great of you. Think of a song that the Gaithers wrote many years ago entitled Something Beautiful. Something beautiful he made in my life when I was broken, when all of my confusion, he understood and he made something beautiful. And I want to say that we're going to find as we keep reading that God finally worked and purged Jacob's life to where he wanted him to be. And he will do the same for you and I. Friends, let's follow him. Let's trust him. Jacob was a deceiver in the midst of all those stars, but God chose him. He'll choose you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.